Okay, so in this example, we want to calculate this triple integral over a rectangular box, and here the Q is described here. So basically the limits of integration are already set up for us. So we just need to set up the triple integral. So first here we have to decide on the order of integration. So let's say we do dx, dy, dz. So z would be the outermost integral. Right, so that goes between 0 and pi. Then let's say the next integral with respect to y, so that will go between 0 and 1, and the innermost integral is with respect to x, so that'll go between 1 and 2. Okay, so the function we want to integrate is 2x e to the y sine z. Again, make sure the variables line up, right? So this was with respect to x, this was with respect to y, and then the outermost was with respect to z. Okay, so first we integrate with respect to x. So the outer two integrals stay the same. So we take the antiderivative with respect to x, right? So this will be 2x squared over 2. And then we're thinking of y and z as constants, so this stays the same, right? So that's just e to the y sine z. And then evaluated from 1 to 2. Okay, so let's calculate this. Right, so the 2's cancel out. You plug in 2, 2 squared is 4. You plug in 1, 1 squared is 1, so that's 4 minus 1. And this is plugged in for x, right? So this stays the same. Okay, so then 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. And I can think of 3 as just a constant coefficient, right? So I can pull the 3 out. Maybe that will simplify things. Okay, so now I pull the 3 out. So now we take the integral with respect to y. So the antiderivative of e to the y is just e to the y. I'm thinking of z as a constant, so that this stays the same. This is evaluated from 0 to 1. Okay, so what do I have? Let's plug in the numbers. So here this is for y, right? So I plug it in for y. You get e sine z minus e to the 0 sine z okay, so what is this? E to the 0 is just 1, right? So what is this? This is e minus 1. And then I can factor out the sign, right? And this is just a constant, so I can pull that out. Right, so you get this integral from 0 to pi sine z dz. Okay, so finally, there's one last integral, right? So notice how the first integral was with respect to x, and once you've calculated that, the variable x has disappeared. The second integral was with respect to y. Once you've calculated that, the variable y has disappeared, and so now the final integral is only with respect to z. So the antiderivative sign is minus cosine. Going from 0 to pi. So what is this? 3 times e minus 1. And then minus cosine of pi minus a negative cosine of 0. So what is this? Cosine of pi is -1, right? So this is +1, right? Because negative becomes positive, and then this is minus again becomes plus. Cosine of 0 is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So you get 6 times e minus 1. Okay, so if you don't like the natural number floating around, we can calculate this. So 6 times the natural number e minus 1 is approximately 10.3097. Okay, so that's how we calculate this triple integral. Again, it's very similar to a double integral, except there's just one more integral to calculate.